This is Ballajura.
This is the brand new Metronet Ballajura Station. Ballajura Station is a new station on Metronet's Ellenbrook line, located in between Noranda and Whiteman Park stations, as soon as the train line exits the reserve of the Tonkin Highway, which can be seen right there where all those cars are zooming by. The station is located in Fairzone 2, a 21-minute journey from Perth, and is approximately 15 kilometers away. The station features a large bus interchange serving routes operating to Whitford's and Warwick stations connecting to the Yanchep line, as well as Galleria bus station via Morley station through the suburbs around Ballajura, including Beachboro, Bennett Springs and Malaga. There's the bus to Galleria right now. We'll take a look at all the stands in a moment, but first we're going to walk through the station. And the car park right here, there is actually 6 parking machines here. The station features the largest car park on the new Ellenbrook line with around 1,100 bays, as well as the typical 10 electric charging bays that have been featured at every new Ellenbrook line station and will soon be installed at other new stations as well, including on the Yanchep extension. But the car park is just a basic big square. There's not much to see, just like this. The station is located in the lands between Tonkin Highway, Beachboro Road North and Marshall Road, which is this segregated piece of land with literally nothing else on it, owned by the government, and now they've just built the station here. So that's why there's actually so much space, so much of a large footprint for the station. There's all these roads around here, drop-off bays, bins, seating, motorbike shelter, the massive car park, this service road which actually goes to the dive structure there for the Tonkin Highway, and yeah, just generally a lot of space where they can do transit-oriented development in the future. This is the most isolated of the new stations on the Ellenbrook line. Now, car parking is actually free until February 2025 at all the new Ellenbrook line stations. As you can see, parking free until further notice. I don't know why they couldn't set it up earlier, but okay, I guess a good incentive to start using the line if it's free. The station also features this little forecourt grass area, present also at Whiteman Park Station, which I think is a really nice touch for these new Ellenbrook line stations. It really gives it somewhere you can chill out before you or after when you're waiting. You know, it's much more pleasant to wait here for the bus than to wait in the bus interchange for the bus. And of course that sign up there, Ballajura Station, the same font they use in the Mandurah line for stations. And there's a drink fountain over there and the bike shelter here. And then this is the PSP, which continues all the way down towards Whiteman Park. But the really funny thing here is that this PSP actually ends on this side of the tracks here at Ballajura Station. And then you need to use the lifts to cross to the other side to continue your journey. So there are only stairs and lifts at the station at the moment. The only new station on the Ellenbrook line to currently have escalators is Whiteman Park, but there is provision for all the other ones except Ellenbrook, of course, because it's at ground level fully to get escalators. However, Ballajura Station actually features the most lifts of any suburban station on the network now, with 6 operational lifts from day one. 2 on each side of the bridge and 2 down to the platform. So here's one of them. Now, strangely, the lift actually says Ballajura Station on it, even though apparently it was made in 2022, well before they announced the name change from the previous name that it had, which was Malaga, after the industrial suburb. Now, I don't know if that means that they just actually already made the decision to rename it way earlier and just never told anyone, or if they actually changed those signs but just have the wrong date on it, because at High Wycombe it still says Forestfield Station. And this is a piece of artwork and a sign about it. There's a lot of focus been put into art on the new stations. I'll put the full information at the top of the screen. This is the bridge linking the two sides of the station.
This service stops all stations to Ballajura Station.
And you can look down at the tracks which head into the dive structure there for the Tonkin Highway. Now we'll take a look at the second exit, which goes out onto the other side of the station. Another two operational lifts here, which is extremely useless. I guess it's just for cyclists trying to get across. I think it's broken. Oh, bro, you press that button and it opens the other lift. That's so weird. Yeah, so the station used to be called Malaga after the industrial suburb. But then in July 2024, when the station construction was complete and it was deemed a complete station, they announced that it's changing to Ballajura to instead have it named after a residential suburb, which is better, although it's actually in neither of those two suburbs. The station is located in the suburb of Whiteman, which contains Whiteman Park, and nearby is also Bennett Springs, not Ballajura. Ballajura is on the other side of the Tonkin Highway. But yes, this is this other exit. There's a bike shelter there, but again, nothing beyond here. That's Beachboro Road right there. This is all empty, all just bush. So it's such a dead land, definitely the most isolated of all the new stations. But to connect over to the actual suburb of Ballajura without having to drive all the way around, they constructed this quite grand bridge over the Tonkin Highway, which wasn't actually part of the original plan of the station. There was not going to be any such thing as this bridge. There goes a train towards Perth right now. Looks so weird here, especially with this big like road crossing. As a result of a survey in 2021, it was announced that the bridge would be built, and the design of the footbridge was revealed in July 2023, which is an arc bridge with a span of 90 meters, and construction began soon afterwards and finished at the same time as the station in July 2024. So this is the PSP now on the other side of the tracks, which then continues on and connects onto the Tonkin Highway PSP, which is actually extends all the way up to Muchea, which is crazy that goes that far as a protected PSP, and down towards the city. Yeah, it is quite a long walk. It's lit, but it's not sheltered. But this is the most direct connection to the suburban Ballajura area. So I'm gonna walk all the way up and see you at the bridge. Here we are at the new footbridge, seemingly very underused at the moment. In all my time I have spent in Ballajura so far, I have not seen a single person go this way. And there's for some reason this whole fence here that they can just close it off, but they really shouldn't be. This is the Tonkin Highway, which is completely like a normal freeway now up here in the more northern sections. It's just further down where it becomes more non-grade separated. The Hepburn Avenue exit is right here, and then it continues up towards Ellenbrook and down towards the airport, of course. And you can see the dive structure for the train right there. It goes under there and then out into the median of the highway. Quite a grand, nice looking bridge, green color theme, which is silly. I think they should have made it red to fit in with Ellenbrook line. The median here is massive. Look at this. I can't believe they had problems further down putting in the train line and the stations, while here The median is so big. So much sand. Oh, never mind. Here's one person. Cool, one person used it. So then you go right. There's a big ramp which then connects down to the PSP of the Tonkin Highway. Or you can just go left and there's a staircase, which is definitely the faster way. All the way down. 1 kilometer. No way that's a kilometer. Apparently we're 1 kilometer from the station. I'll put on the screen the exact distance after I measure it. But according to that sign, it's 1 kilometer. What? And here we are. Morley 8 kilometers, Perth 17 kilometers, Kingsway 9 kilometers, Ellenbrook 13, Muchea 36 kilometers. Pretty cool. And then you can exit here onto Yarilla Glen. What is Glen? I've never seen that as part of a road name. But yes, right there are actually also the 362 bus stops. Pretty close by, although it's not directly connected. This is just a random cul-de-sac, which is so weird that these houses at the end of this dead-end suburban street in Ballajura are now the closest residential houses to the new train station. Yep. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to walk much further for this PSP, but that's how they've connected with the new pedestrian bridge, and I am glad they built it. Otherwise it would be so dumb calling it Ballajura and having no easy way to walk there. Good that that community survey allowed for that to happen. Alright, now we'll take a look into the station. There is a phone booth here, as well as the ticket machine, information point, and smart rider hub. Here's the customer service office with the Aboriginal name up there, as always. More drink fountains. There's already like several out the front. Toilets, 2 lifts, and the staircase at the end. Escalators will probably be put here if they ever do put them in, but that's probably still going to be ages. And there's a defibrillator right there as well. So many different artworks around. There's another sign here. Here we are on the platform, which there's actually a very unique thing here, having the station departures, like all the next 3 trains in both directions, which are usually only seen outside the station, actually on the platform as well, on both sides of this platform customer service office. That's actually a pretty nice touch. I don't know why they don't do that in other places. And here's the end, is just a typical island platform, and then the tracks continue down around the perimeter of Whiteman Park. Now, the platform was actually originally going to be in a trench, and then the whole concourse would be at ground level, and there wouldn't need to be any lifts or anything. But then they didn't go ahead with that plan, which I don't know why. It would have been so much cooler. I guess it's more expensive to keep it in the trench level all the way. But otherwise, the platform is pretty basic. There's not much on it, just typical seating, and I guess it's very well sheltered. Yeah, it's pretty good. Kind of feels like a... I don't even know. It doesn't really feel like anything. I guess it sort of feels like a Mandurah line station, like more towards the end of the line, but with an island platform instead.
Ellenbrook passengers, your next service departs from platform 2 in 2 minutes. This service
It's just
stops all stations.
so weird because there's so much land around the station that's dedicated to the station. Most other older stations are only the station, and then all around is other stuff. But here, all this land is just for the station. All right, then we'll also go through the bus stands. All right, let's take a look through all the bus stands. There are definitely a lot of them. Again, very Yanchep style bus interchange, as all these new ones seem to be. We'll start on stand 1, which is set down only closest to the entrance, which is how it should be. And stand 2 over there is also set down only. Let's take a quick look at the map. Here we are at Ballajura. Now it's weird, there's actually no stations to station connection route over to Whiteman Park. The only pair of stations with bus interchanges in the Ellenbrook line not to be connected. And then upon leaving the station, the buses can go north on Beachborough Road and under Tonkin Highway. The 451 and the 351 are both replacements of the old 344 route. 451 going to Warwick and 351 going to Galleria bus station. Meanwhile, the 452 is kind of an extra route they added in, following the 451 for a while and then heading through its, heading down Marangaroo Drive and then up and replacing some sections of the old 376 as well as the old 450 through Lansdale and then back to the old 376 all the way to Whitford Station, which is the only route from here to Whitford Station. And then the 450 is basically just going along Marshall and Beach Roads to Alexander Drive, heading back up and then just being like the old 450 all the way down the Kingsway. So basically a massive U-shape, straight line up, across, down and straight to Warwick. But the 449 is a direct route in a straight line along Beach Road between Warwick and Ballajura stations with a great timetable. So it's a great connection route between the two. And then there's also the 363, which goes to Mirrabooka bus station through the industrial area of Malaga, as well as the 362 going there through the residential area of Ballajura. And then we have the 354 and the 353 and the 356 operating through all the suburbs here, as well as via Bassendean Station and Morley Station to Galleria bus station, 353 being the most frequent of those, replacing the old 354. And there's the full timetable. So we can just quickly look at the stands. 2 is just set down only, as I said. 3 has the 356. This is a short service which terminates in Lockridge. Never seen a Desto saying Lockridge before. Stand 4 has the 354 to Galleria, and stand 5 has the 353 to Galleria. Stand 6 is a train replacement and set down, school special stand. There are toilets actually also in the middle of the bus interchange, which is useful. And then over here we have these stands, which the stand at the very back, stand 12, is for the 450, the U-shaped route. Stand 11 is for the 451 344 replacement. Stand 10 is for the 452. Stand 9 over here is for the 362 and 363, the 2 routes to Mirrabooka. Stand 8 is for the direct 449 to Warwick. And stand 7 is for the 351 344 replacement to Galleria, as well as train replacement services towards Perth. So you actually get a really large variety of buses here because there's serving from so many different areas. You get Joondalup Depot coming here operating on 452, and then you also get like the path routes, of course, from Henleybrook Depot, as well as Morley Depot. So you get Optimus, B12, Future Bus, NH, Gas Bus, literally everything comes here. And this is how they design it here, since they obviously have to crisscross. It's actually really more evident here that they have to, in the way they design it. The bus comes out of there, crosses over the path of the other bus. This is the bus only exit way onto Beachborough Road, while there is a separate entrance for cars incoming into the car park further down there, which is actually where the station sign is for this station, which I'll show you. Yeah, so here we are at this massive roundabout they built on Beachborough Road, specifically for the car park and entrance to Ballajura Station, which you can see across the entire car park there. And the station sign is out the front here as well, with the Metronet logo as usual on all these new stations. On this side of the roundabout. And then on the other side of the roundabout is going to be the entrance to the new film studio that's being built, which is actually going to be the closest or second closest building to the new station for a while. There's just this place here, Christian church right here, served by the station. So weird.
Your next service is from platform 2. This service stops this station to Tonkin Station. Passengers, your next service is leaving from platform 1 in 2 minutes. This service runs all stops to Perth.
I just want to take a moment to appreciate what a beautiful location this is. Honestly, now I'm contemplating my original decision to make Whiteman Park my favorite station. Okay, it is, but this is a really close second. Look at this. You've got the view of the rather new Tonkin Highway over there with the interchange, which looks so cool with all the cars in the distance. And then you've got the lovely massive Whiteman Park here with the kangaroos grazing right next to you down here, and the whole park and the hills in the background. They're building the new film studio over there that's gonna open like next year or something. Then you've got the bus dedicated traffic light and the view of the whole bus and train station, which also looks so majestic there, and the car park. And then you can also see the city all the way down in the distance, the skyline of the city. This is such a beautiful place. From the stark contrast of the city to this brand new station, to the highway in the distance and the hillside and parkland and animals grazing over here and the train line going through it all is just so beautiful. I absolutely love this. I have not seen such a pristine location on Perth's railways before. And this is why I love Perth so much. It's so beautiful. I cannot express it enough. I'm going to give the beautiful Ballajura Station a full rating of 5 stars. It definitely deserves it, even 6 stars as per its sustainability rating that it received. But now, obviously, we're only going up to 5. But yeah, it's got everything you need. It's massive. It's got a massive car park, great bus connections, this whole parkland out the front, and big platform and concourse as well. There's nothing more you could ask for here. They've really done a good job of providing a useful station to all the surrounding residents, even to me, honestly. This is like kind of my eastern local station, I would call now. It's still 20 kilometers from my house, but like Edgewater and stuff is like 11, so it's not that much more. It's actually only 7 to 8 minutes longer driving to here than to Edgewater. And if I'm going east, then I can just go here, and it's actually so much faster than going to Edgewater and going through the city if I'm driving to a station, which is so useful. And that's actually exactly what I just did, because I'm filming this on the next day because I forgot to do the rating yesterday, and I'm trying to go to Midland this morning. I need to get there like 9. And now here I am. I just left at like 8, and I'm already gonna get there on time. If I went by Edgewater, it would take at least 30 to 40 minutes longer. So this is actually so useful. I actually am gonna use Ballajura now as one of my stations. Less commonly, but I still will, and I think it's so cool. And yesterday, when I went home, I cycled from here as well after filming. I cycled back home from Ballajura, so it's all possible. Cycling, driving, or taking buses, but that's actually slower than both of those two options. Well, obviously driving, but it's actually slower than cycling most of the time because the connections aren't that great.